Hello everyone and welcome to this video, which is again in our Crazy Leela series and our Queen Odd series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler and we're taking a look at another 10 or 11 wonderful tactical episodes from the games of Leela playing at Queen Odds. So we start off with this position and well, black hasn't done too badly. A pawn has been lost and white's pieces are sort of active, but yeah, there's some open lines as well. And black in this position started looking to swap off pieces. And, well, Leela played knight c6. Bishop takes. And, well, the queen has been lost, you could say. But, on the other hand, well, you know, look at what black's got in return. Just a rook and a piece up. I mean, basically, you would think there's no danger at all here, right? So, well, Leela played bishop f5, which is a bit annoying because obviously you're blocking the f-file and you're attacking these two pieces. So black just played king d6 just to hold them. And, well, Leela gave a little bishop a3 check, which is also a bit annoying. I mean, you're attacking this one, you're attacking this one, lots of pins, a little bit irritating. So black decided just to give up the rook on f8 and play the king to d5. But what did Leela play here? Well, that's right. Bishop e4 checkmate. Just incredible that, you know, from a few moves where you sort of say, well, this is basically over, right? It was over, but not for the person that you expected. So bishop e4 checkmate. The bishop cuts the king. The bishop mates the king, and there's nothing that black can do. Again, black's pieces stopping black's king from moving around freely. Let's have a look. What was this one? Yes, indeed. So one of those games where, without a queen, somehow Leela just attacks and doesn't really seem to bother at all. Just plays it like, yeah, this is all normal somehow. And yeah, black finds it very hard to, you know, to deal with it somehow. So yeah, I mean, you don't really notice that the queen's, that black's got an extra queen because the queen's over here. There's a rook over here, and yeah, the pieces that white's got attacking are looking pretty good there. Here, Leela threw in the very nice g7 here. You know, just looking to get round the back rank here. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that, you know, if king f7, then we've got bishop h5 checks. If you go to e7, we've got knight d5 checks. It's very hard for black to know exactly what to do here. So black played rook takes g7, hoping just to survive this. But now knight takes e6 check happened, knight takes e6, and rook h8 check. And black played the move, king f7. So what did Leela do now? Well, obviously, you know, Leela's, you know, sort of could just take the queen on c8, but then after rook takes c8, you're just a rook down. I mean, that's always the problem about it, but there's something a lot stronger here. Leela played the move bishop h5 check. So there's two possibilities. There's rook g6, where we just go rook h7 check, we don't take the queen, we come in, and this attack is just huge, simply. It's +6 according to the engine, so yeah, this would not have saved black. But black's move king e7 was slightly less good. I'll just give you a moment to look at it. Why? Because of knight d5 check. And once again, you know, it's this mixture of really efficient pieces from Leela and also black's own pieces just entombing the black king. So black had to resign. Let's have a look. So this is Leela somehow creating an attack from nowhere. Takes. This is how it's happening, and Leela took on g6. Now, you know, somehow, eventually, I guess the black players will sort of understand that when Leela starts attacking, if you've got any chance to give up some material, you know, and just sort of try and survive a little bit, then that's the best thing to do. And indeed, you know, queen g6 would have been the best in this position, although, you know, there's that bishop on b6 that's trapped, the king's open, the rook's on the 7th. It's not that easy at all for black to play this. But anything's better than getting mated, I guess. Black played the move king f8, and now can you show me how Leela finished this off? There's a few variations, all quite similar and all really gorgeous, I have to say. So the first key move is bishop d6 check here, and there's two possibilities. You can play the king to e8, or you can play the queen to e7. Let's have a look at queen to e7 first. What does white play here? There's various things he could play, but the absolute cleanest is to go rook f6 check, king e8 only move because obviously the queen is pinned, and now bishop h5 check. You could do it the other way as well, but I like this one a lot. Queen f7, rook g8, with just this lovely, such efficient sort of uniting of white's power there. Really, really nice, that one. So if you go bishop d6, king e8, something very similar happens, in fact. So it's rook g8, queen takes g8, and now this lovely little move, bishop h5 check, when after queen g6, I just take with the bishop, and if you go queen f7, of course, I've got rook g8 checkmate. Queen and rook down, but yeah, look at those pieces. This one was quite an interesting one. So the board a little bit on fire somehow. The one thing that you do notice is that the black king's on the side of the board, and actually it can't move somehow. This knight and this rook are combining to keep the king pinned to d4, or to h6 rather, and that gives white the idea to play the move knight takes d4. And what can black do here? Well, black played the move knight f7, and can you spot what white did? Knight f5 check. That was it. That was mate. Knight f5, and a lovely little mate there with the rook covering the g-file and the two knights combining beautifully. It was actually quite tricky to know how to stop that knight f5 idea. The best one was to play the move knight g4, basically trying to interfere with the rook, also opening the line of the queen on the rook, and after rook g4, rook e5, just stopping knight f5. But after rook c1, the engines think that this is just very unclear in actual fact, just maybe a small edge for black, but nothing more than that. The likelihood is that you manage to win another rook for a knight, and that it's just going to be rook and knight versus queen with an equal position. But I like this mating pattern very much. Really, really nice. Also with this bishop on c1 here. This is not a particularly great one, but I just like the final mate in actual fact. So white's played the move rook a4 check here to attack the king. Obviously white's material up now, actually two pieces up. And after king b5, what was the mating move here? The mating move was c4. I just always like these pawn moves, delivering mate, and yeah, lovely combination there. You didn't need that rook and knight on there, just the bishops combining to control squares, the rook covering the a file, and the pawn delivering checkmate. Yeah, this was quite an involved game. So yeah, black obviously is no longer a queen up, but a rook up. And yeah, I mean, actually, it doesn't look so bad. Obviously, the rook's covering the bishop there, but the white king is sort of held back by the knight on c5. So if you could get a check on h2, you could put the white king in danger, which definitely always helps. And the one thing black wants to do, of course, is to get his king free. There's no real immediate threat at the moment, but yeah, you don't want to stay like this forever somehow, yeah. So what black did was to play the move a5. And the idea was, after knight b6, the clever idea was to play the move king a7. So we're getting out of the pin. Well, I mean, white could play knight takes c8, and rook takes c8, rook c8. It's pretty good for well, I mean, it's equal, basically, that's which is a bit unfortunate. But Leela somehow took on a8, which is a bit weird. And so black gratefully took on g4 here. And it looks like black's, just really doing very well here. Threatening rook h2 check. King's going to be trapped. Got the two bishops there. Knight's in the corner. What was Leela thinking? Well, what Leela was thinking was the move b6 checkmate. Quite an amazing one there. The knight on a8 in the corner, helping the protect the pawn. The rook obviously covering the 8th rank and the b file. And the bishop covering the a6 square. Really amazing mate, that one. Corner mate with a knight. Very unusual. Here we've got another one of those situations where, black's lost the sort of, hasn't really done great with material, but he's still on top. Just got to keep on going. Strong player with black. Let's just play f4 and try and get a past e-pawn and see what we can do. But what had black missed? Leela always has purpose. He never plays aimless moves. And this was the case here too, because rook d1 set up bishop d8, skewering the king and the queen, and black resigned. Yeah, this one made me think very much of what people say, when you come for the king, you'd better not miss. And this is very much the case with Leela. This is a huge position for black. There's just so much that is winning. D3 check, for example, would be absolutely huge. Because, if you go rook takes d3, I've got queen b1 simply. So this is just absolutely massive, and there's just loads and loads of stuff. Minus 20 for black, but black didn't really do it very excitingly somehow. Took on d1, then played the move c4, which is okay but not great, and then rook takes b7, and here black's just got to be a little bit careful here. Queen takes b7 would be really quite sensible to do by now. But black played the move queen a6, just looking to check and play d3 and get everything going. What could possibly go wrong? What could go wrong? It's the move bishop f7 checkmate, and somehow black's just been so slow there that bishop is checking the king. The bishop's covering g8, of course. The standard bishop on f8 there is stopping the black king from moving to f8. So just in a couple of moves there from minus 20 to mate in 1 for white. It's what happens when you're playing Leela. Yeah, this was a pretty typical scenario, really. Leela's sort of with the queen has sacrificed pawns and pieces, and it's now a queen and a piece down, but with the black king a little bit open. And again, black might have done sensibly just to start giving back some material somehow. Even something like queen takes c3 here would not be so stupid. You're still 2 pieces up. But black tried to keep the material, and Leela just kept on putting some extra pressure on there. Play the move bishop e5 just to be irritating, and after queen c5 took on f6, and black took on g5 and bishop g5, and you're still kind of you're still sort of caught in a crossfire here, and but now a slightly funny thing happened. So bishop c8. Can you find what white's best move is here? So actually white's already got mate here. So rook e1 check, king f8, bishop h6 check, king g8, and well, as you want it, rook e8 will also mate, but rook g1 is immediate mate there. The funny thing is that it's one of those where Leela missed the mate. Leela played the move bishop c6, winning the rook, trying to win the rook first of all. Black played rook b8, and now Leela spotted it. Check. And rook g1 checkmate. Again, one of those weird ones where, Leela just misses a force mate somehow. But seems to very rarely make a difference. Normally the move that Leela finds instead is good enough. Maybe that's part of it. Leela finds a very good move, and then doesn't need to look any further. This one was a little bit tragic for black. So yeah, black's just lost a piece, but it has some pawns. But yeah, leaders always get these sort of positions where you sort of say, I'd like to clarify it, but I can't quite do it somehow. So black tried with the move knight d4, but now white took the knight, and after rook takes d4, I'm sure black was horrified to discover knight f6 check, gf6, rook e8 check. But okay, doesn't really want to play the move knight f8 here, not a great one. So play the move king g7, but what had black overlooked? Well, I mean, knight f5 check would be a good move normally, just forking king and a rook, but of course here it's mate as well. The black king's been entombed again, and knight f5 delivers checkmate. So just, yeah, just amazing, eh? Just from totally winning to checkmated in just you know, 3 moves somehow. Incredible how these games turn around this quickly. And then the final one for this video. Yeah, I mean, black's actually in quite a bit of trouble here. But somehow, you know, this rook is on d7, this bishop is on h3. You need to find something to link those two together somehow, and maybe you'll survive. You could go rook e6 check, but, well, you know, black will simply take it off and be absolutely fine. So how should white play in this position? What did Leela do? Well, the key move is to go rook ed1, protecting this rook. So I'm threatening bishop g2, which is really, really dangerous. So black has to take on h3, and now can you see how Leela finished off? Just give you a few seconds just in case you didn't quite spot this one. Yeah, the key thing is that we play rook check, king c5 and knight e4, and then actually whatever black does here is just force mate. Let's have a look. We've got 2 moves, king c4 and king b5. Let's have a look at king b5. Can you see the force mate here? The force mate is rook takes b7, king a5, and then b4 and rook a6, and we've yeah, sort of cut you off that way. And if you go king c4, Leela played rook c7 check, black played king b5, and now can you work out how to finish this off? There's many ways, of course, but Leela chose the nice way, which was to play the move rook c5 check, king b4, and rook d4, and we've cut you off this way. So very nice finish from Leela, and yeah, once again showing this amazing ability to, you know, make mating nets with ease without the queen, you know, which is very, very difficult. It's always like squashing jelly, you know, you try and get one side right and then the other side just leaves you, but yeah, here it all works. So there we are. Hope you enjoyed that video. I've got quite a few more lovely tactics for you, so hope you're enjoying it. Do give a like and subscribe if you do, and otherwise hope to see you at the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone.